ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday.
From the tackles to the touchdowns, we're giving you all the highlights from your favorite Mid-Missouri teams.
ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday.
Only on ABC 17 News at 10 on KMIZ.
Can't decide what to watch? Sometimes it's better to watch
Nothing.
because nothing is really something.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 22. You're watching MyZoo TV, part of the networks of Mid-Missouri.
ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Game of the Week is presented by Harper, Evans, Hillbrenner, and Nettemeyer, and made possible through a partnership between the networks of Mid-Missouri, CPS Athletics, the Columbia Area Career Center, and Jim Butler.
Welcome to Battle High School on the east side of Columbia, where tonight the Battle Spartans look for win number 1 on the season as they entertain the Rockbridge Bruins. The Bruins have won 5 in a row. They come in at 5-1, and they currently lead the CMAC Conference, and they are off and running as it's Rockbridge in battle here tonight. Micah Wright, what do you expect in this showdown here tonight on the east side of Columbia?
Yeah, I expect the battle team to come out kind of the opposite way that they have that we've seen so far this season. I think with it being a rivalry game, they're more pumped than ever to go out and try to get their first win. And not only are they looking for the first win, but they're looking for a huge rivalry win and what would be a huge upset in this conference and in this local Mid-Mo high school football. This Battle Spartans team, I'm sure, has practiced hard all week. They're looking to play spoiler, and the Rockbridge Bruins are just looking to keep taking care of business atop the CMAC.
Rockbridge Bruins escaped with a victory last week. They beat the Camdenton Lakers on a fake field goal attempt late in the ball game to win that contest by a score of 35-30. And for the Battle Spartans, they were so close last week against Sedalia Smith Cotton, and they let it get away, quite frankly. So they lost a very tough one late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they've gotten in their own way a lot this season. I think for Battle, it starts with just putting a good quarter of football together before you can put together a good game. That's where they've got to start. It's got to be play by play. It's got to be bit by bit before they can expect to win football games. And tonight, I think the big point of emphasis for them is just not beating themselves. Penalties, turnovers, you cannot have that if you want to win a football game against a great Rockbridge team.
You know, Michael, we saw the Battle Spartans play Camdenton a couple of weeks ago, and they had a great approach to the ball game as far as their schemes and game plan, and they just, as you said, could not stay out of their own way. If they hang on to the football and were able to become consistent, they might have just beat Camdenton.
Yeah, they had a great game plan. I mean, we sat there talking throughout that game of how they were really playing great ball control, exactly how you'd want to draw it up in that matchup, keeping Camdenton's offense off the field really the entire first half. And for the game, I believe they dominated time of possession all in all. But I think they're going to have a similar plan. I mean, we always love watching Chris Brown run the football, big 6'2" running back, and plays both ways as a linebacker. He's got to be the guy that leads the charge, but he can't get anything done if those guys up front aren't blocking for him. I think that is a huge key to this game because of some injuries on the Rockbridge front, and they've got some underclassmen playing up there in the D tackle spot.
No doubt about that. And the Rockbridge Bruins, even though they are 5-1, they'll tell you that they haven't played the best brand of football. They've gotten into their own way a few times as well, as it's been kind of up and down. But they've been able to make the plays when they have to.
Yeah, and that's really all you can ask, but I mean, you're going to want more to get better throughout the season if you're Coach Matt Perkins. He wants this offense to be explosive, which we've seen really year in and year out in his tenure. I mean, you've got great weapons. Draven Seaman, it seems like every single season he's been on the team, he's been a spark plug. Devin Holt's great on the outside as well. They're going to get the ball to him. Derek Young and Donovan Taylor has been so key. I mean, they've got so many weapons to spread around, but they have kind of gotten in their own way, like you said, which we talk about with Battle, but with Rockbridge, I mean, being 5-1, you're not going to assume that they've gotten in their own way, but they really have, and they've squeaked by some games, fortunately for them.
The Rockbridge Bruins have won the coin toss. They have deferred, so the Battle Spartans will take the football to start this game. It's very warm here, especially for week number 7, and no wind really to speak of. The skies are calm, so direction of the drives I don't think are really very important at this point, as the Battle Spartans will get the ball to start this game. Battle last year, as we mentioned, or last week, as we mentioned, lost that tough game to Smith Cotton by a score 24-21 with about 4 minutes to play, and they could not hang on, as the Spartans will try to get things turned around here tonight against one of the top teams in Central Missouri. Jace Cooper goes deep for the Spartans. Also going deep for Battle is Isaiah Grant, as we anticipate the kickoff of the Rockbridge Bruins. As the Bruins decked out in white with the gold numerals, hopefully you can see them on your screen better than we can see them from up here. It's very tough to decipher those numbers. And the Battle Spartans wearing the navy with the gold on it, as we await this kickoff. Series right now, Rockbridge has won 5, Battle is won 4. Rockbridge has won the last 2 meetings, including last year's 38-0 shutout. Set to kick it off for the Rockbridge Bruins is Matt Wheeler, as Wheeler threw a touchdown pass last week with that fake field goal attempt, and he boots this one end over end, and that ball is caught by Grant. Grant to the middle of the field, cuts upfield to the 15. Grant brought down at about the 21-yard line, and that's where the Battle Spartans will set up the offensive play. 19-yard return for Grant. And we're anticipating to see the freshman quarterback, Blaine Youngman, to take over the controls here to start this game. 5'8", 150-pounder. He is 20 of 44, throwing for 190 yards. As the Spartans come out of the huddle, Youngman is at the controls. And big Chris Brown will line up behind him. Brown with 100 rushes for 643 yards on the season. Out of the pistol. 1st and 10 from the 21. Youngman drops back to throw it. Fires it in the flat. Caught in the flat by Caden Lewis, and Lewis brings it out to about the 17-yard line for a gain on the play of 5. Lewis with his 11th catch of the year, 137 yards coming into this game. So put him at about 142. Rob Parker's our spotter tonight. Micah Wright at the other microphone, and our statistician is Larry Wyatt II. As the Spartans take their time and let the play clock unwind. Trips to the right for Battle. Rockbridge with a 4-man front. Youngman pitches it to Brown. Brown drags a tackler forward for a gain of about 2.5, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 2.5.
Battle already showing how they're going to approach this game, running the play clock down to 2 right off the bat, and having a safe throw on 1st down, and then trusting your running back to make it 3rd and short, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to him here.
Rockbridge's defensive front, Crew Norton, is an end. The other end, Matthew Gass. We also see Jeremy Woods up front. They now have 4 down linemen on this 3rd down and about 3. They bring up the linebackers. The freshman signal caller, Youngman, takes this snap, throws it a flat. It's incomplete. The intended receiver was Savoni Sanders, and the Spartans are going to have to punt.
Yeah, and that was actually a good throw by Youngman. Sanders turned around just a touch too late. Hit him in the hands, could not complete the catch. Tight coverage, but I thought that was a really good throw by Youngman under pressure.
Bernal Holt drops deep to punt. And Rockbridge sends a couple of return men deep, as the Bruins send Kritza deep. And here is the snap and a high booming punt from Bernal Holt. And that is brought back by the Bruins. And that is returned by Rockbridge's Anthony Lawrence. Lawrence brings it deep into battle territory where it'll be 1st and 10 for Rockbridge. As Anthony checked that, returning that was Donovan Taylor. Donovan Taylor with the return. And Brady Davidson at the controls as he opens up this series. Empty. Wide to the right for Rockbridge is Seaman. Davidson fires it in a flat where it's caught. Looking for a block is Rolling, and Rolling gets it inside the 15 down to about the 11-yard line. And I'm going to stand corrected again. Making that catch was Devin Holt.
And that's way too easy if you're the battle defense, given a guy like Devin Holt, who already has 30-plus catches on the season, that much room to work with.
And now we've got procedure penalty going against Rockbridge.
Full start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Zach Goody is our referee. The umpire is Joe Henke. The line judge is Aiden Hannon. The lines judge is Quentin Nichols, and the back judge is Peyton Matthews. So the Bruins looking at a 1st and 15. Davidson, play action, throws it in the flat where it's caught by Seaman. And Seaman gets it down to about the 9-yard line, stays in bounds. Seaman on the season. That was his 36th catch. He's got 510 yards in reception, 6 touchdowns catching the football, and he's also averaging about 5 yards a carry when he rushes the ball. Davidson hands this one off to Sanford. Sanford down to about the 5, stops shy of the first down marker. Micah Sanford, a 6 foot, 180-pound junior. That's just his 4th carry of the year. It'll be 3rd down and about 2.
All right, Spartans, make noise.
Holt in a slot to the right, Seaman wide right. Twin receivers to the left. Davidson getting the signal from the bench. Matt Perkins, the head coach of Rockbridge in his 3rd year. 23-7 in 3 years. 52-13 in his 6th year overall. And now, forward pass, and it's going to be a procedure penalty against Rockbridge.
Full start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
And the Bruins making it difficult on themselves.
Yeah, and that's really those examples of how they've gotten in their own way. Despite being an explosive offense, just illegal motion or false start. They've had a lot of that this season. Definitely want to play more clean football on this side of the ball.
Holt, Seaman to the right, tight end to the left. And they give the ball. Plowing his way forward for the Bruins is Crew Norden. Norden, generally a defensive lineman, got the handoff. Norden, 6'1", 220-pounder, a senior. And it's 4th down and a decision for Matt Perkins and the Rockbridge Bruins.
And I think with that play call, they made it clear they were going to go for it, 2-down territory, running the ball on 3rd and medium.
Sanford to the left of Davidson. Sanford gets a call, weaves his way up the middle, has a 1st down, and stopped just shy of the goal line. I'll say one thing about Coach Perkins. He's not afraid to use personnel. They have a lot of youngsters playing football at Rockbridge, and they mix it up.
It's a big part of their offense, just having versatility all over the field.
1st and goal to go. Play action. Davidson will keep. Davidson dives forward. Davidson in for the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Brady Davidson. Davidson came into this game averaging right at 6 yards a carry. And Rockbridge is on the board as they lead 6-0 with 7:26 to play here in the 1st quarter. And now the extra point. for the Bruins. Set to kick it is Wheeler. Snaps down, kick is on the way, and he missed it. Hooked it to the left as Wheeler missed. Rockbridge 6, Battle nothing. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Bruins take the lead, 6-0.
Experiencing a personal injury can feel like being caught in a relentless storm. Mounting medical bills, lost wages, and uncertainty. Your financial security is at risk, but there is a lifeline. Harper, Evans, Hillbrenner, and Nedemeyer is committed to securing more than just a big settlement. We will maximize your compensation by negotiating down medical bills and liens so your settlement goes into your pocket. Visit lawmissouri.com to find out how much your case is worth.
I'm here with Brandon Smith, owner of the Music Market across from Pro Muffler here in Fulton. Brandon, what services do you offer here?
Well, Sandy, we pride ourselves on being the largest music store in Callaway County.
Aren't you the only one?
Anyway, let's go inside. I'll show you what we do. We're a full-service music shop. No job too small or too big. We also offer a wide variety of lessons. Cash paid for your instruments on the spot. Come see us at the Music Market in Fulton.
The stage is set.
We're going to have a crowd tonight.
For an unstoppable season.
It's time to hunt.
And it all starts here.
Here come the Tigers. Touchdown is
1 yard line. And Battle trailing here 6-0. Was set up at their own 31-yard line. That drive for the Rockbridge Bruins, 33 yards, 6 plays, 2 minutes, 38 seconds. Brady Davidson with a 1-yard run. Came with 7:26 to play in the first quarter. Wheeler's extra point was no good.
20.
And it's 1st and 10 now for Battle. As Jungmann gives to Brown. Brown up the middle. Brown sidesteps a tackler, fights his way towards the 35, drags another one to about the 36. A gain of 5. As Chris Brown earned his soup there.
And it's going to be, as we talked in the pregame, a Chris Brown kind of game if Battle has any chance in this one. Even though you're down early, I mean, there's absolutely no panic. Just get the best players on your team the football, and especially with the freshman quarterback, a guy like Chris Brown can help carry your offense if you give him enough space up front. Getting 5 or 6 yards like he has the first couple carries is going to be key.
Brown comes out of the game. Eric Hill now to the left of Jungmann. And Hill gets the call, looking for a crease upfield and across the 40 out to about the 43-yard line for 1st down. And in his wake, a slew of Battle Spartans that were throwing blocks, including Savoni Sanders.
That's what Eric Hill brings, different running style from Brown. They complement each other. Brown can run both inside and outside the numbers, but doesn't maybe have as much speed as Eric Hill does, who hit the hole with quite the burst right there to give him a 1st down.
Rockbridge with 4 down linemen, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Jungmann gives again to Hill, and Hill drops his head and picks up a tough 3 across the 45. Eric Hill, 5'8", 160-pound junior. Matt Herman in his 2nd year here at Battle High School. 3 victories, 13 defeats, and they have lost 8 in a row, dating all the way back to last year. And that's not Battle football. 3rd and 7. Now fresh back checks in Tyler Mays for the Battle Spartans. Mays has ran the ball 4 times this year, 5'11", 250, a junior. Jungmann fires it, and that goes incomplete. The intended receiver was Jace Cooper, who has made 7 catches on the season. He's approaching 100 yards in receptions, has a touchdown.
I thought there's a lot of contact there a little early. Tight coverage, letting them play it out, but it's something to monitor.
Rockbridge's second there. Buki Kritza out there's a safety. Donovan Taylor is another safety. Twin receivers to the left, twin receivers right. Jungmann takes the snap. Here's pressure, throws over the middle, and that ball is tipped in the air, bounces around, and it goes incomplete. They tried to complete the pass to Cooper. Double coverage, and by the time the ball fluttered to the ground, it was triple coverage, as the Bruins had it very well covered, and it looks like the Spartans are going to have to punt. Talking about that secondary. You know, I thought Cooper had beat the secondary, but Jungmann could not throw it downfield far enough.
Yeah, and really, he had a step out there if he puts more air in that under that throw. Tight coverage, though, once again by the Bruins. Now
a fake. And driving his way across the 50-yard line is Tyler Mays, and he's got a first down. How about that? Matt Herman says, we're in this to win, nothing to lose. A fake, and they convert.
Yeah, and I love that from Matt Herman. Really a tough start from their offense. Didn't get anything going besides one first down. And who better to give the ball to on a direct snap to fake the punt than Tyler Mays, who's got speed and he's got power. Tough to bring him down. Only needed 7 and picked up much more than that.
Lewis wide of the left along with Grant. Jungmann gives to Chris Brown, who sidesteps a tackler in the backfield, cuts up the middle of the field, and he's brought down at about the 37-yard line. A very smart run by Chris Brown, gain of 6.
6-yard gain on the play, second down and 4.
4:21 to play in the first quarter. Rockbridge 6, Battle nothing. Grant in the slot to the left, wide left, Caden Lewis. Receiver wide to the near side of McBride. A wing to the right for the Battle Spartans here on Pink Out night. Jungmann gives to Brown, and he jets right down the middle, inside the 25, down to about the 24-yard line.
Chris Brown on the carry.
As Chris Brown ran it right down central.
Another great play by the Battle offensive line to clear the way up the middle.
Mason Snyder finally stopped him.
But if this Battle offensive line can just make enough space up front, Chris Brown's going to have quite the night. And they've been doing that so far.
That was a 13-yard run for Chris Brown. I like that they're not taxing him real heavily here in the early going. Jungmann on the keeper is going to be dropped for a loss. Crashing through is the linebacker, Ben Bamer. Bamer, 6'1", 180-pound senior, was Johnny on the spot, and a loss on the play of about 7. And that's one thing Battle can't afford to do.
Yep, you said it right there. I mean, that's
missed block.
Missed block, and just really setting up your young quarterback for failure. A tough play action for him to roll to his left. Don't know if he was going to just dump it off to the side or maybe keep it on the edge if he had room, but that's just a tough play design after getting all the momentum, picking up a first down.
Oliver Lenz, the center, over the football. Snap back to Jungmann. Pass in the far flats, underthrown and incomplete. The basketball player, Caden Lewis, was the target. And it's going to be 3rd down and 17.
And that play right there, it's just tough to underthrow it because you need to pick up yards to have any chance to move the chains.
I didn't think Jungmann got his legs underneath him.
He didn't. He just sailed it way short and didn't have his feet set. Maybe that's a little bit nervousness or feeling the pressure, but that's the kind of little things that a young quarterback can struggle with.
Spartans looking at 3rd and 17 from the Rockbridge 32, and now we've got a whistle. And I believe Battle's
timeout. Battle. First of the half.
Battle's using the timeout. 2:37 to play first quarter. We'll be back here at Battle in a moment.
Start your morning with ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
Wherever you are, whatever your plans, we've got you covered with the ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track.
Detailed hour-by-hour forecast to prepare you for the day.
By noon, you may want that rain gear.
And when sunshine turns to thunderstorms, we keep you ahead of the storm, tracking its path live on TV. always alerting you to the next big change. That's ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
2 minutes, 37 seconds to play. First quarter, the Rockbridge Bruins lead the Battle Spartans here at Battle 6-0 as Rockbridge has had their hand on the football one time, marched it down the field, a short drive of 33 yards, consuming 6 plays. And Brady Davidson, the fine Rockbridge quarterback, ran it in from a yard out. Wheeler missed the extra point, and now the Battle Spartans are on the march, but they're looking at a 3rd and 17. Here to start this action with 2:37 to play in the first half, or rather first quarter. The freshman quarterback, Jungmann, is going to go deep, thrown to the end zone, and that pass is incomplete. Penalty marker flies. The intended receiver was Tadarian McBride, and he was being dealt with by the Rockbridge secondary as McBride had beat him down the near sideline.
And that was a great throw by the freshman Blaine Youngman. Hit McBride right in the hands, and just too much illegal contact for him to make the touchdown grab.
Defense. 15-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
McBride beat one man, and then the second man came over to help, and still had a chance to make that catch.
Yeah, and it was a perfect throw, really. Not an easy throw going to the
Well, that changes the complexion of this drive. It's 3rd down and 2 from about the 17. Now the playbook opens up again for the Battle Spartans as Chris Brown re-enters the game. Who do you think they might give the ball to here?
I'd give it to, I'd love to see them run their Wildcat. I mean, I think Chris Brown will get the ball regardless, but I really like their Wildcat setup.
They give to Brown on a slight delay. He's got a crease. He's got a first down as he brings it down to the 10-yard line. What I like about what I'm seeing from Chris Brown tonight is he's just not running with brute strength. He's picking seams.
Yeah, picking his spots, being patient. And he can really beat you in all sorts of ways. I mean, he can outrun most guys in the secondary, but he can power through D linemen as well.
1st and goal to go for the Spartans. Ball at the 10. Battle looking for their first win of the year, trying to pull back even with Smith-Cotton in the CMAC race. Last week, Smith-Cotton eked one out here at Battle as Brown lines up in the pistol. They go to Brown. Brown sliding off to the left. Not a lot of running room. Trying to run behind Welbreck and Mislin on that left side. And he might have got a half a yard, depending upon the spot. The Bruins were on the job there, and the ball back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this is the area of the field where Rockbridge can just go ahead and predict Chris Brown getting the football and really load the box. And I think Battle's going to have to throw it in this area of the field if they're going to get in the end zone.
Braden Gross close checks in now as another blocker. Chris Brown lines up behind the quarterback and in trouble. And down goes Jungmann as the Bruins brought the heat, and that paid off.
And they're still talking over
I believe
whether
it
he got
was
it out.
Bamer who hit him. Was it incomplete or was he sacked?
I think he was down, but they're having a discussion. I mean, that's just a sack you can't take on their
There's
grounding
a flag.
too. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to stick him on this. Well, it's got to be one or the other, right?
Intentional grounding. Offense. It's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Loss of down. 3rd down.
Well, apparently he got it out of there because he wasn't sacked. So now Battle looking at a 3rd and goal from the 25.
Yeah, and that's where taking a sack just really kills you, and then you can't make the mistake of adding the penalty to it if you're the young quarterback, Youngman. And now with the kicking situation, I don't know if they are are going to try to set up for it, but we'll see here on this third down play.
Here's a pitch to Brown. Brown forced to cut back to the middle of the field. There's no running room there. Maybe a yard. The Bruins contained Brown very well on that play. Fourth down. Boy, this is a tough spot to be in. 4th and goal from the 24.
Yeah, and these
unless you got a kicker.
Yeah, I think it's just too far away.
Well, what are you looking at here? About a 40-yarder, 41, 42-yarder?
They're taking a lot of time to get this play in, too. This would also be a bad spot to have to burn a timeout.
I think that's by design, Micah. 14 seconds to play in the quarter. Out of the pistol. Battle goes for it. They're going to the far corner. This is a jump ball, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver had to play defense as Caden Lewis broke it up. And the Rockbridge Bruins defense is held with 4 seconds to play in the first quarter. Rockbridge gets the ball back. Spartans did everything but put it in the end zone. Took time off the clock, took the momentum away from Rockbridge, but that penalty and loss of down killed the Spartans.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things how they've gotten in their own way this season. I mean, against Camdenton, they had plenty of drives like we just saw where you're marching down the field, everything is looking good, and then just unable to get points on the board. And you've got to come away with points on those types of drives if you're going to beat Rockbridge.
Empty backfield. Davidson sends trips to the right, swings it in the flat, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Draven Seaman, and we've seen him make that catch on that little sideline screen and cover a lot of yardage after the catch, as we have played 1 quarter here at Battle. And it's the Rockbridge Bruins 6, the Battle Spartans nothing.
If you want to do this, then you need a Ram. And if you want a Ram, then you need to go to Jim Butler, Mid-Missouri's Ram powerhouse. Jim Butler sells more new Rams than any other dealer in the region, meaning you'll get the biggest selection and the best price on the latest Ram models. Plus a great buying experience from a team that loves Rams as much as you do. So if you want to do this, then you gotta do this. Come see why we're worth the drive during the Ram Power Days event.
Jim Butler is the Ram powerhouse.
We're Sell My House Fast, and we've been buying unwanted houses for cash, fast, for 25 years. We'll buy this house, and this one, even this one, not that one. We'll buy this house for cash, and this house, but not that one either. If you're relocating, inheriting a home you don't want, if you've got a tenant you really don't want, we'll buy it. If you're behind on taxes and want to avoid foreclosure, going through divorce, or if you just need cash to get out of debt, we will buy your house at a fair cash price, and we'll close fast too. So with us, no real estate agent, which means no commissions, no repairs or cleaning necessary, no appraisals or formal inspections, no open houses, no closing costs, and no long wait to close. Sell My House has been buying unwanted houses since 1999. Call to learn more. We'll buy this house and this house. Okay, not that one. We've got hundreds of Google 5-star reviews because our offers are fair and the process transparent. Call now and we'll connect you with a qualified local buyer.
1-800-219-0560.
I'm ABC 17's Megan Drakis. When you walk to end Alzheimer's, you're walking for a better future, families and treatment. Join ABC 17 for Jefferson City's Walk to End Alzheimer's this Sunday at Capital Region MU Healthcare Amphitheater at Ellis Porter Park. With the dollars raised, you'll support families and critical research for treatment and prevention. To register or donate, scan the code or visit alz.org/jcwalk.
Rockbridge 6, Battle nothing as we move to the second quarter, and the Rockbridge Bruins now bring out their offensive unit for the second time in the game. That was a 7-minute drive for Battle, 16 plays, and they came away without any points. Back to throw is Davidson. It's caught in the flat by the big tight end, Estner, and Estner has a 5-yard gain. Over to make the stop for the Spartans
Pass is complete.
was Rayshawn Churchill Johnson, who's now got 9 tackles on the year.
We talk about the versatility of this Bruins offense. How about big tight end Garrett Estner, UNLV commit, about 6'6", 6'7". love to spread the ball around, and he's a great intermediate option there to set up 3rd and short.
Swing pass in the flat, caught by Seaman. Seaman looking for the sideline, spins away from a tackle, and gets it out to the 42-yard line before he's dropped. And Seaman, you hold your breath every time he gets the ball if you're playing and defending against him.
Yeah, especially if you're the defensive coaching staff. And
yeah,
that's one where, I don't know quite what the play call is defensively, but 3rd and 4, I mean, you got to expect a short, quick pass like that, but they just gave it right to him, did the battle defense.
Back to throw Davidson. He throws in a flat. Seaman is there again. He's got the catch, but stopped shy of the first down as he was forced out of bounds by Sergio Lopez, the 5'10", 205-pound senior linebacker. Lopez with his 8th tackle of the year, and it's now 2nd down and about 2. These are always scary plays with the explosiveness that Rockbridge possesses.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see a shot here.
Back to throw Davidson. It's caught in the flat by Holt. Holt sidesteps the tackle, slips through another, gets it into battle territory down to the 35-yard line.
Bruins make it up to the battle 34-yard line, 1st and 10.
Devin Holt had the game-winning touchdown in that Elias game. 2 touchdown catches last week. He's got 9 touchdown receptions on the year. Started his career at Hickman. Davidson play action. Incomplete as it was intended for Garrett Essner, the tight end. On a quick hitter, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Davidson on the season has fired 21 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions. He's completing 67% of his passes.
And that's really the phenomenal stat. I mean, in high school football, to complete 2/3 of your passes, only 4 interceptions. There's a reason he's going to be playing D1 football.
There was motion there, no flag as the handoff is fumbled.
Lost it.
And the Spartans got it as Chris Brown picked it out of the air.
And that'll be a face mask as well.
With the carry was Grant Hyde, I thought, was carrying that ball.
Was it Sanford?
I think it was Hyde. 34.
Either way.
After the fumble and the recovery, personal foul, horse collar tackle on Rockbridge. It'll be 15 yards from the end of the run. Battle 1st down.
Boy, that's going to lift this battle ball club. With 9:53 to play in the first half, Spartans are going to get the football here in a 6-0 ball game, and they're going to be near midfield at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and that's how this battle defense that's how they lift up their offense. We saw this against Camdenton as well, just getting the momentum back. This battle offense has got to reward their defense on this drive.
Sanders in motion. Here is the pitch, trying to get outside as Hill. And then a penalty marker goes down as Hill is tackled at the line of scrimmage. And there's probably going to be a hold. Austin Welbrecht was there trying to block. As our referee, Zach Goody, getting instructions from his umpire.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 1st down.
Now they're behind the chains, the Spartans are. That's right where the Bruins want to put them.
And, I mean, it took no time for this battle offense to shoot themselves in the foot after getting the turnover. And, I mean, it's really become like clockwork for this team. Just cannot get out of their own way. And holding penalties tend to be drive killers.
Jungmann at the controls. He gives to the running back, Eric Hill, and Hill's in big trouble as he's wrestled to the ground. As Rockbridge flooded that backfield.
Yeah, really no protection up front there. Not sure what they expected to could get there on 1st and 20 with an outside run. The Rockbridge defense was not fooled, and 1st and 20 becomes now about 2nd and 25.
And they've gone backwards after taking over the football. Trips to the right. Again, Rockbridge with a 4-man front. Jungman fires it in the flat. It was intended for Jace Cooper, and Cooper was covered very tightly by the corner. Defending on that play for the Bruins was Mason Snyder.
Yeah, good coverage by Snyder, getting the hand on that ball. Really, Caden Lewis has been the only battle receiver so far who's gotten the ball and a short throw out in space. That's been the way that they've moved the ball, throwing it this season. And they're not built to handle these types of scenarios behind the chains.
Mays lines up behind the quarterback. And this pass is fired in the flat, and it's caught in the flat by Grant. And Grant gained a couple yards before he's pounded to the ground. And defending over on the far sideline was Quentin Lee, the linebacker. And the Spartans are going to have to punt. It's 4th down at about 23. And going deep for Rockbridge is Kritza, along with Donovan Taylor. Fernell Holt to punt. Gets a good snap, has no pressure, fumbles it, and then boots it high. And a fair catch weighed far and made by Donovan Taylor at the 33, 36, make it 37-yard line. 6-0. Rockbridge with 8:08 to play. Some other big games tonight in the league. Hickman is at Camdenton, and Capital City is at Smith Cotton, and Elias and Jeff City doing battle at Atkins Stadium. Father Tolton on the road at Portageville. It's a little bit of a road trip for them. Spartans bring out their offense, or rather the Bruins bring out their offensive unit. Bruins have had to manipulate that offensive line all year. Davidson hands it off, and with the football is Norton around the right end, and Norton out to about the 8-yard line. As Norton raced it around the right end for a gain of 8.
And Darian Nichols was there on the edge at the point of attack. Another missed tackle for this battle defense. What could have been a tackle at the line of scrimmage instead becomes an 8 or 9 yard run.
Now the Spartans jump into the neutral zone. The center tonight for Rockbridge.
Infraction. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Results, first down.
Harrison Moyers gets a start at center here tonight. They have been patching that offensive line together all year. Isaac Gottman, Lucas Roberts, Jackson Kendall, who's out of action with an injury tonight, not out there. Dane Almquist, been one of the more consistent linemen. Back to throw, Davidson. Looking and looking, has all kinds of time, and he goes deep, and it is caught for a touchdown by Draven Seaman. One receiver fell down, Seaman filled in, and that touchdown pass is in the books as Rockbridge scores from 55 yards away.
Phenomenal throw by Brady Davidson, the NIU commit, Northern Illinois, where he'll play football next. That's a D1 quarterback text. That's a D1 throw right in stride to Draven Seaman. We've seen that time and time again with this explosive Rockbridge offense.
Now the Bruins go for 2. Davidson takes the snap, rolling right, fires it in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. right along the back of the end zone. That catch was made. It was made by the Rockbridge Bruins receiver. Esther made that catch. And suddenly it's 14-0, Rockbridge. And they struck quickly. We'll be back with more in a moment.
The stage is set.
We're going to have a crowd tonight.
For an unstoppable season. It's time to hook. And it all starts here.
Here come the Tigers. Touchdown, Missouri.
Perfect! Mizzou Live.
To the 15, to the 10, to the pylon.
Pre- and post-game shows every single week. The only one of its kind for Mizzou fans. And there's only one place to get it.
In a minute, 50 seconds, the Rockbridge Bruins strike from long distance. A 50-yard touchdown pass from Brady Davidson to Draven Seaman. Extra point fired in by Davidson to Esther. And the Rockbridge Bruins lead it by a score of 14-0. Here with 7:08 to play in quarter number 2. And now short end-over-end kick. And the Spartan return man is down at the 29-yard line.
Spartans return the ball to the 29. We'll have it first and 10.
And returning that for the Spartans was Jace Cooper. And the Matt Herman coach Battle Spartans have got to find some offense here, Micah.
Yeah, and we've seen them move the ball the best with their run game. Pass game has been non-existent, and I think at this point Rockbridge knows that. They're playing tight coverage. There's really no threats on the outside. I think Caden Lewis is the only one with a catch so far. I think if you're Battle, you can't get out of what you do best, but at some point you're going to have to throw the football to win.
Kendall Wilkerson is the quarterback, and Wilkerson, the junior, kept it, and with nowhere to run, he is stopped after maybe a half-yard gain.
Kendall Wilkerson with a carry, gain of 1 on the play, second down and 9.
Wilkerson comes in. He's 45 of 86 for 412 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's fired 2 interceptions. And now he has ran the ball 27 times for a minus 39 yards.
Yeah, and he's definitely the better passer between him and Youngman, but been inconsistent.
And this time the ball's handed off and it pops out of the hands of the running back. And who has covered up the football?
Rockbridge has it.
It is Rockbridge football.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Rockbridge.
I believe it was...
Was it Hill?
Devin Hull, maybe. It's tough to tell in that pile. Either way, it's...
I think it was Sanders.
Was it Sanders?
I think it was Sanders that got the call. And the ball came loose, and now the Battle Spartans fumble it away. Still, the turnovers are even. And Rockbridge brings out the offense. They've got blood in the water on their mind. Brady Davidson brings out this Bruin unit. Davidson, 6'5", 215 pounds. Seaman to his right. Play action. Davidson wants to throw for the end zone. He fires it. It is rolling the intended receiver. The pass is caught. Flag flies.
They're going to talk. Whether he caught it.
I think they want to talk if he's inbounds.
If he's inbounds, yeah, that's what I meant to say. If he got the foot down, I think there was not enough room there. The defender in double coverage forced him out of bounds. But either way, it's going to be pass interference on Battle.
Pass interference.
Yeah, he was out of bounds. He made the catch. Rolling did, but he was out of the side of the end zone.
that just shows the talent of Brady Davidson in double coverage, trusting his arm, and really as good a throw as you can have, and as tight of coverage as you can have with two guys on your receiver, but it drew the penalty.
Rolling ran right underneath and hauled it in. Rolling has had a good year. He's made 24 catches on the season. Empty backfield. 4 receivers to the left. Davidson looks left, fires it in the flat to Essner, and he makes the catch, and then Essner is thrown down around the 10-yard line. Second down and about 4. Apparently stayed inbounds. Clock continues to run. Essner's really come on. As Micah Wright stated, he's headed to UNLV as a receiver. Barry Odom, who was one time the head coach at Rockbridge, now the head coach at UNV. Here's the handoff to Seaman going left, and he waltzes right into the end zone. Draven Seaman made that look easy. 10-yard touchdown run. And Rockbridge is taking the wood to battle right now with 5:26 to play here in the second.
And Seaman made it look easy, and really the Battle defense, just in the short field, they got to be saying, you got to be kidding me. We're in this position yet again after playing pretty solid before that previous drive, and then they're starting out at your own 30, trying to defend is not a good recipe for success.
Wheeler's extra point is good. And the Rockbridge Bruins are right on schedule. They lead the Battle Spartans 21-0. We'll be back in a moment.
Attention homeowners. Do you have a house that's in need of serious repairs? Do you have tenants that never seem to make their monthly payments? Do you have code violations, past due taxes, or maintenance costs you just can't afford? Then call our special home buying hotline right now. We specialize in buying any home, no matter the situation. Turn that problem property into cash today. It's just that simple. One call and you can get rid of that home headache forever. We can buy your home with instant closings, instant cash, and huge savings. Plus, there's no realtor fees, no listing fees, and no repair costs. Just cash in your hands for that painful property. We're buying a few more homes in your neighborhood right now, so take advantage of this cash offer and call the number on your screen today.
What does it take to be Mid-Missouri's chief meteorologist? Commitment.
The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is look at the forecast for updates, especially when there's severe weather.
Understanding what's important.
You want to get to your safe place now.
Bringing all of that to the community.
Everything that matters to you also matters to my family. I want to make sure everyone is staying safe.
Tracking storms, the first to alert you. Keeping our community informed. ABC 17's Jessica Hafner is Mid-Missouri's chief meteorologist.
Rockbridge now leads the Battle Spartans 21-0. Both teams have coughed the ball up, but the Rockbridge Bruins took advantage of the Battle turnover and punched it in, moving the ball 31 yards in 3 plays in just 51 seconds. That last score, Wheeler added the extra point, 21-0 Rockbridge. It was 6-0 Bruins at the end of the first quarter. Battle needs a score here in this game.
And to make matters worse, I mean, as you're approaching 5 minutes left in the half, you look and say, man, Rockbridge is going to get it to start the second half, so we have got to get on the board. That's what you're thinking if you're the Battle Spartans.
Here is the pooch kick, and that is a free football, and Rockbridge says they have it. Lining up to catch that ball was Rashawn Churchill Johnson, and he was clobbered as it was coming down.
Yes, he was. He was absolutely smoked. Didn't see who delivered the hit, but I thought it may have been, I wasn't sure if it got to 10 yards when the ball was first touched, because it looked like the Bruin
that was around the 45 or 46, I thought. I thought it had traveled about 15. I don't is there a marker down? They are huddled up.
I thought there could have been a slight chance it was touched before midfield. Didn't see who got the hand on it first, but it looked like they realized it didn't reach 10.
No, it's clean. I thought it went 10, but I guess there's no fair catch in that pooch kick.
And that may be what the Battle
coaches
are trying to argue, or maybe
they had no chance to touch it.
Unnecessary roughness or something with the big hit, but the hit is completely legal as long as it's not to the head.
Rockbridge recovers. It's another Battle turnover. And this one, less than a minute since they forced the last one. And Davidson brings out the offensive unit. Spartans got to bow their neck right here, or it's going to be Katie bar to door. Here's the flip to Holt, round the left end. Holt looking for a block. Holt is hit and brought down after a gain of about 2.5. You got forward. They're gonna give him 4 yards. Forward momentum. Bruins mixing it up. They're playing with house money here, up 21-0 after the turnover.
Yeah, and as you'd expect, an empty formation.
His swing pass into flat, caught by Seaman, and Seaman is buried. Good pursuit to the football by the Spartans. And leading the way for Battle was Terrence Luther, 6'1", 200-pound junior.
Yeah, and a host of Spartans really got there quick. And some slight adjustments we've seen against the screen game for the Battle defense, playing closer to the line of scrimmage, which is the right move.
Hyde wide to the left, back to throw Davidson. Davidson has time. This pass is in the air, and it is caught by the leaping tight end, Estner. He just used his height and went up and hauled that in for a Rockbridge first down. They had him covered momentarily.
Yeah, it was really good coverage. I don't know how you can try to go up and high point the football if you're the Battle defense, though, but that's what Garrett Estner did, all 6, 7 of them. You can tell he's a D1 tight end, D1 quarterback throwing a D1 tight end right there.
Davidson with play action, rolling right, throwing to the end zone. It is caught, and that's a touchdown. Flash it across the back of the end zone, and out of everybody's line of sight with that touchdown catch is Devin Holt. As Holt made that catch in the right corner. That was a 15-yard TD strike. And it is all Rockbridge.
And how about another perfect throw from Brady Davidson? I mean, it's not an easy throw. Just a little bit off balance, rolling or throwing to the receiver who's going to the short side, fading to his right, and still threw it right in the breadbasket.
And the extra point is kicked through by Wheeler. And just like that, it is 28-0 Rockbridge. We'll be right back.
Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
Devin Holt with the touchdown catch. That is his 10th of the year. He hauled it in from 15 yards away from Brady Davidson. 40-yard drive, 4 plays, 1 minute, 34 seconds. Wheeler's extra point is good. And the Rockbridge Bruins are going to work with 3:52 to play here as they've taken control of this football game.
And it really happened quick. I mean, just a few minutes of game time ago, it was 14-0, and Battle was driving and then turned the ball over, and Rockbridge has taken advantage of every Battle Spartans mistake.
About 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, they've put up 3 scores. And Battle trying to find something here to hang their hat on. Wheeler's kick end over end. And bringing it back for the Spartans is Cameron Watts.
Spartans return the ball to the 20-yard line. First and 10.
And correction, bringing that ball back out of the end zone, or at the end from the goal line, was Isaiah Grant, the sophomore. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Battle at the 21.
And it's going to be interesting to see how Battle approaches this drive. I mean, you obviously are wanting to put a scoring drive together, but knowing how much your defense has been on the field really this entire second quarter, you got to mix in some runs this drive to keep them on the sideline for a bit.
Wilkerson drops back to throw, fires it in the flat, and it's caught and dropped. I believe that was Caden Lewis who dropped it. Battle can't find anything positive right now.
No, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think there may only be one or two completions this entire game so far for Battle quarterbacks. Larry White confirms 2. Thank you, Larry, our statistician. I mean, that's not a winning recipe, and down 28-0, you got to put together scores quickly to have a chance, and that's as easy of a completion as you can have, and just dropped by Lewis there. Just lack of focus. And all the momentum, obviously, with the Rockbridge Bruins.
Defense, kicking the ball after it was set. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Rockbridge Bruins charged 5 yards for kicking the ball.
Don't see that often.
No, and you shouldn't see it either.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. If I'm Matt Perkins, yeah, we're up 28-0. That's frustrating.
Play action. This pass is completed to Sanders, and Sanders is down at the 31, close to a first down marker. The ball popped loose when he hit the ground. And it was Solani Sanders with that catch and a Battle first down. And boy, the Spartans needed it. I thought he hadn't made a couple of steps before he went down and then lost it.
Yeah, and Sanders isn't a guy they use a lot, but he's pretty solid. Got good hands, good size, tough matchup for defenders.
Wilkerson hands off to Hill, and Hill trying to run up the middle. Got to find something that works to open up something else.
Yeah, and really, I mean, with the events that took place in this quarter where it's just negative play after negative play, turnover after turnover, and your offense really finding nothing, I think it would go down as a win for Battle to, at the very least, run out the rest of this clock, but obviously their goal is to score.
Yeah, I don't think you settle for just running out the clock.
No, I'm not saying they'd settle, but given their defense not having any time on the sideline, I mean, they're going to approach this.
Sanders in motion, illegal procedure against Battle. Did play clock run out? No.
False start.
False start. Yeah.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
The end of the first quarter was 6-0 Rockbridge. Couple Battle turnovers that set the Bruins up along with a 63-yard Bruin drive, and it's 28-0 Rockbridge. 2 years ago, Rockbridge shut out. Well, last year Rockbridge shut out Battle, 38-0. Kendall Wilkerson gives it to Hill. Hill spins his way down to about the 31-yard line.
Timeout, Rockbridge.
Yeah, Rockbridge, as I said, they smell blood in the water.
Yep.
And with it being 3rd down and 9, they're anticipating on getting this football back.
Yeah, and this is status quo for the Rockbridge Bruins. I mean, up 28-0. They want the ball back.
We'll be back with more in a moment. Timeout, Rockbridge.
Start your morning with ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
Wherever you are, whatever your plans, we've got you covered with the ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track.
Detailed hour-by-hour forecasts to prepare you for the day.
By noon, you may want that rain gear.
And when sunshine turns to thunderstorms, we keep you ahead of the storm, tracking its path live on TV, always alerting you to the next big change. That's ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
$28-0 Rockbridge, 2:24 to play here in quarter number 2, and this second quarter's belong to the Bruins as they have taken advantage of a couple battle mistakes. And Battle's picked up just a couple first downs. I think 1 first down in the second quarter.
And they really haven't been out on the field. I mean, between the turnover early on in a drive and the kickoff mishap.
3rd and 9. Wilkerson looking at a possible blitz, and here they come. Wilkerson hammered, breaks a tackle, and then unloads it. It goes incomplete. He did have a receiver in the area in Isaiah Grant. And this should be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that shouldn't be grounding. He was still in the air, got the throw away, but that actually ends up helping Rockbridge because a sack would have probably forced them to call their second timeout.
Well, that's true. The clock is stopped with the pass going incomplete.
But that's not something you're going to think of if you're Wilkerson there just trying to make a play, and credit to him for avoiding the sack. Really a big hit that he survived. And as you said, Rockbridge smelling blood in the water. I think we all saw the blitz coming given Battle's struggles in the pass game.
Bookie Kritze goes deep for the Bruins along with Donovan Taylor, and 4th and 9.
False start. Offense.
And the
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Bruins keep getting themselves deeper in the hole. Not much wind to speak of here, but Pernell Holt's going to have to boot this thing, or the Bruins are going to have the ball midfield or better.
Yeah, and that's been at least 3 or 4 drives for Rockbridge. They've had the ball in plus territory.
This whole second quarter, that's a short punt from Holt, and it'll take a Rockbridge bounce. Battle had to go through someone's hands, but they were able to cover it up. And getting downfield was so Bonnie Sanders to cover it up, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Rockbridge at their own 48-yard line. Still great field position for the Rockbridge Bruins. So Bruins decked out in all white with a gold trim. They take over the football. Now Rockbridge beat Smithcott 50-0 earlier this year. They put it on Jeff City 63-6.
Really, outside of those 2 games, though, Tex,
they've been
haven't
tested.
They're how they want to play offensively, and not a ton of explosive plays.
Davidson takes the snap, throws it in the flat to Seaman. Seaman jets down the far sideline for a 1st down and is forced out of bounds at the Battle 38-yard line. 15-yard gain. Getting out of bounds, stops the clock with 2 minutes to play. Davidson back to throw, near flat. Nice catch. I believe it was Devin Holt with the catch. Not much of a gain. Good coverage on the play by Dante Latham Jr.
And now a late flag.
2nd down and 10.
No gain on the play.
Some type of unsportsmanlike penalty here. I'm not sure.
I think they're talking to Davidson.
Yeah, I wondered if he said something to the sideline or maybe it was Holt.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Rockbridge. It's a 15-yard penalty, second down. Timeout, Rockbridge.
Minute 44 to play first half. Coming up, our halftime show. We'll be back with that and more in a moment. This is the KZOU Game of the Week.
Stage is set.
We're going to have a crowd tonight.
For an unstoppable season. It's time to hunt. And it all starts here.
Here come the Tigers. Touchdown, Missouri. Perfect.
Mizzou Live.
To the 50, to the 10, to the pylon.
Pre- and post-game shows every single week. The only one of its kind for Mizzou fans. And there's only one place to get it.
Rockbridge Bruins are backed up to their own 46-yard line with a minute 44 to play. And over the years, the Rockbridge Bruins last year went 9-3. Year before went 9-3. And I got to say, Micah, right, that this Bruin club has had some issues with discipline at times.
Yeah, they've
gotten their own. They have really hurt themselves a number of times.
Yeah, tonight is a great example. I mean, you're up 28-0, but I mean that penalty there, unsportsmanlike. I think it was a player said something to the battle sideline, or maybe he was shoving a player late. I mean, that's inexcusable.
Seaman gets the call. Seaman's got blockers in front, slips through one tackle, another. He's got first down yardage, not quite, as he runs it down to about the 32-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. That stops the clock with 1:35 to play. Boy, there was a missed tackle right near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, multiple. I mean, that's been something we haven't talked a ton about. Battle has struggled tackling. And
Battle
Draven
looks
Seaman,
tired, don't
they do. And they, I mean, quite frankly, they are tired.
Yeah, they've been on the field. That defense been out there the whole second quarter. Seaman again, this time running right. He's got a whole convoy in front of him, down to the 20, to 15, 10, and forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Now an injured Spartan.
Minute 25 to play.
And a flag down as well.
Yeah, maybe coming back.
I think it may have been a receiver holding downfield.
Well, the flag is down at the 22. Otherwise, the Bruins have it inside the 5.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay third down.
It's going to bring the Bruins back to their battle 32-yard line. Minute 25 to play in the half. Third down on a long 4 for the Bruins. And in motion is Seaman. They give the ball to Norden. Norden reverses direction inside the 25 down to about the 22-yard line. That'll stop the clock as they move the chains for the first down.
And phenomenal run by Crew Norden, reversing field. But again, another missed tackle by this Battle defense, who we know is dog tired, but that's just the fundamentals that they've struggled with.
Clock unwinds down to a minute 3 to play. Now flag flies. And where's this coming from? It was the referee that threw it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Battle bench. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
The Battle bench apparently was complaining about something, and they said one word too many. Maybe 2 words.
Who knows? I thought I may
Maybe
have seen
3 words.
I thought I saw a coach throw a hat. I mean, obviously frustrated about something. The only thing I can guess is that it was they thought it was a missed penalty on that last play.
A hold or something.
Because that was a huge conversion that sets up this Rockbridge team once again in a 1st and goal to go scenario.
1st and goal at the 10. Davidson drops the throw over the middle. Wide open, making the catch, and then dropping it for the Rockbridge Bruins. I believe it was Holt.
And I think Jace Cooper
broke it up,
got in there, or if it wasn't Cooper, it was maybe Cam Watts, as both of them were in that same spot. Just poked a hand in there, made a nice play to prevent the touchdown.
It is not goal to go. It'll be second down at about the 11.5-yard line. So there's room for a first down. Davidson with an empty backfield. Tight end to the right, trips to the left. Davidson drops back to throw. Pocket collapses. Davidson loses the football. It's loose and it's picked up. Racing the other way for the Battle Spartans. And heading to the end zone to score is Tyler Mays as he picked up the fumbled ball. A 60-yard return as Mays picked that up at the 40-yard line. It was all Battle coming through, and the Spartans are on the board.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Battle Spartans defense and really their whole team. They've been dog-tired. Pressure up the middle. Davidson spun away, and then Tyler Mays forcing the fumble and picking up the fumble, running it all the way back. And I don't know if you can tell, folks, but he's a running back as well and showed it there. What a play to revive this Battle team, to keep them in it.
Now the extra point attempt for the Battle Spartans. Brady Kreitz is doing the kicking. Snaps down, kick is high and long, but it's wide right. It's no good. Did he get a hand on it, or was it just wide right?
He just pushed it right.
28-6. The Battle Spartans on the board with 42 seconds to play here in the second quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Start your morning with ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
Wherever you are, whatever your plans, we've got you covered. The ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track.
Detailed hour-by-hour forecast to prepare you for the day.
By noon, you may want that rain gear.
And when sunshine turns to thunderstorms, we keep you ahead of the storm, tracking its path live on TV, always alerting you to the next big change. That's ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
The Battle Spartans got just what they needed. A fumble return by Tyler Mays of 60 yards, and it's a 28-6 football game with 42 seconds to play in the first half. They got great pressure on the ball, Micah, right? And Brady Davidson trying to get free, coughed it up.
Yeah, that's one of the few times we've seen pressure on Davidson. And that's one of those plays where he's got to realize it's okay to take a sack.
Kreitz ready to kick it off. Davidson deep for Rockbridge. Also deep for the Bruins, and bringing it back is Kritza, and Kritza brings it up to the 32-yard line. And Rockbridge with 37 seconds to play here in the second quarter has some ground to cover here in a short period of time. Does Matt Perkins decide to say, I've got enough for the half and we'll regroup?
It's interesting because we know if anyone's aggressive, it's this Rockbridge offense. Only one timeout, though. And
maybe a lot depends on
still
what
got
happens.
a ways to go. Not exactly an ideal kicking situation, given the missed extra point earlier. I think they may just take a knee here, but I'm not sure. Would not be surprised if they didn't.
Next week, Rockbridge will be at Hickman High School. Tonight, the Cupies are down in Camdenton. We'll be at Hickman High School, or rather, Rockbridge will be hosting Hickman next week. But it'll be Hickman-Rockbridge next week at Rockbridge. Brady Davidson sends Esther wide to the left, drops back to throw, screen pass caught by Seaman. Seaman with blockers across the 40, 45, 50, 45. Seaman throws on the afterburners to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Rockbridge. You could see Seaman outrun that defense of the Battle Spartans. What a run by Seaman.
And that is a perfect play call. And I said I wasn't going to be surprised with them taking a knee. That's the exact play call you want to run with Battle, playing it safe defensively, not wanting to give up the big play downfield, but you counter that with the screen to one of your best players. Unbelievable. Rockbridge making up for the turnover.
68-yard touchdown run by Draven Seaman. And did you see him find that high gear?
Oh, yeah, that's second level.
Yes.
I mean, few players, especially in the area, do it as well as Draven Seaman getting to that second level.
This extra point is tacked on by Wheeler, and it's 35-6. Rockbridge with the lead. A one-play drive, 68 yards. What'd that take, about 20 seconds?
I had it at 14.
And Rockbridge answers after the coughed-up football, and they're back on the board. It's 35-6 with 23 seconds to play here in the first half. But Draven Seaman with his second touchdown, third touchdown of the night, second touchdown run of the night. And he looked like a man amongst boys.
And that will go down as a catch, I believe, off the screen. This is just a short dump off. But that is a perfect play call. I mean, Battle thinking the only thing we can give up is deep down the field. And how about the Rockbridge offensive line getting downfield to create space and receivers blocking as well? And good things happen when Draven Seaman gets the football. And now if you're Battle, I mean, another huge momentum shift where you're thinking that they got a ton of momentum with the fumble return, and now you're back down 4 scores again.
Line drive kick will sail into the end zone, and the Spartans will set it up at the 20-yard line. This is a second quarter that won't go quick enough for the Battle Spartans. Incredible, 35-6. Rockbridge has made some mistakes in this game, but they have had enough firepower to overcome them.
Yeah, and that's been the story of their season, as we've talked about. Having all these weapons on offense, it makes it easy to kind of overcome penalties and just little mistakes that they've had in a bunch of their games with all the close matchups. But down the road, that's something they have got to clean up.
The Spartans will take a knee here to close out the first half. After one quarter, it was Rockbridge 6, Battle nothing. At the intermission, as the clock unwinds, the Spartans head to the locker room, as do the Rockbridge Bruins. As the clock unwinds here after one half of football, Rockbridge 35, Battle 6. We'll be back with all of our halftime activities in a moment. This is the KZOU Game of the Week, presented by the networks of Mid-Missouri and Columbia Public Schools.
Stay ahead of Mid-Missouri's changing weather with the ABC 17 Storm Track weather app. Rain or shine, you'll be the first to know. Download the free app today.
I didn't think I would be able to leave the nursing facility.
I didn't have money or anywhere to go.
Thanks to Show Me Home, a Money Follows the Person program, I found a path home. They helped me find this apartment and get started again.
I have the help and services I need.
But I also have a place of my own.
If you or someone you know is eligible for or currently receiving Missouri Medicaid and needs help moving out of a nursing facility, call 573-522-1591.
What does it take to be Mid-Missouri's chief meteorologist? Commitment.
The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is look at the forecast for updates, especially when there's severe weather.
Understanding what's important.
You want to get to your safe place now.
Bringing all of that to the community.
Everything that matters to you also matters to my family. I want to make sure everyone is staying safe.
Tracking storms, the first to alert you. Keeping our community informed. ABC 17's Jessica Hafner is Mid-Missouri's chief meteorologist.
Hello everyone, I'm Popeye, the owner of Popeye's Tire and Garage in Columbia. Whether you're looking for a used tire with lots of life left on them, Or new tires at an unbeatable price, we have them. Also, come on in and ask about our brake specials. Come see me at Popeye's Tire and Garage, just off Parish Road in Columbia, Missouri, across from Central Bank.
$18.51 Underground Tap and Grill offers historical architecture, great food, and an unforgettable experience.
It's a great place for specialty burgers, and be sure to try the Fire and Ice Chicken.
We love to bring our clients for half-price appetizers.
Great food, great location, great service. What more could you want?
Come see for yourself.
Why we say,
Where good friends,
great food,
and excellent service come together.
Welcome back to Battle High School. It's halftime as the Battle Spartans trail the Rockbridge Bruins by a score of 35-6. Rockbridge has shown so much offensive power here in this first half as they've overcome some of their own mistakes. After leading 6-0 at the end of the first quarter, they now lead at 35-6. As we prepare to bring you the halftime show presented by the Battle Marching Band, as they are making preparations for the show, and we'll have it for you right here on KZOU. Again, next week we'll be at Rockbridge as the Rockbridge Bruins will play host to the Hickman Cupies. Also here later during the halftime, we hope to have some scores to pass on to you from around mid-Missouri, and Larry Wyatt II will have his stats calculated. We'll have all that for you coming up. All that here from Battle High School, where the Rockbridge Bruins have dictated here throughout this second quarter that was just completed. As we are just moments away from the Battle Marching Band to take over. Oh boy, we've seen great play from Brady Davidson, great play from Draven Seaman as they've mixed it up. Let's go to the field for the performance.
Battle High School Band, you may take the field.
Black wings beat a troubled rhyme through a veil of twilight's grime. A lone blackbird, heart alight, seeks a path through deepest night.
Elias leads gets it forward and five on the map. Elias 45 down the Anderson was up on here for 20 years.
his way. In the heart of the forest, where secrets dwell, he spreads his wings under the spell. Rustling leaves, a whispered plea, will dawn find him, or the unseen. Through twisted branches and eerie calls. He ventures deep where darkness sprawls.
Battle High School Marching Band.
What a performance by the Battle Marching Band here in 2024. 35-6. Rockbridge leads the Spartans of Battle. And we'll be back to recap the scoring in just a few moments. This is the KZOU Game of the Week.
Experiencing a personal injury can feel like being caught in a relentless storm. Mounting medical bills, lost wages, and uncertainty. Your financial security is at risk. But there is a lifeline. Harper, Evans, Hillbrenner, and Nedemeyer is committed to securing more than just a big settlement. We will maximize your compensation by negotiating down medical bills and liens so your settlement goes into your pocket. Visit lawmissouri.com to find out how much your case is worth.
I'm here at Algier Salvage in Millersburg with George Algier. George, what services do you offer here?
Well, we buy scrap cars, we buy aluminum, copper,
white goods, any kind of heavy iron, pretty much anything to do with recycling in the way of metals. We handle all of that. Bring your cars to us, or we can go and we can bid on them and come and get them, and we always haul them free.
From Algier Salvage in Millersburg.
Come see us.
We have a lot to cover tonight.
Some huge news.
Breaking news.
They have the road closed off.
A very large scene. What happened here tonight?
Something that we will be keeping an eye on and reporting on all night for you. Keeping a close eye on storms tonight.
Our ABC 17 Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Jessica Hafner. Here's what I'm tracking.
Take a look at this video.
We will continue to keep you updated.
We came to South Dakota to get the story.
At AT&T Stadium, Columbia,
Randolph County.
Lab in Jefferson City.
This is ABC 17 News at 10.
Back here at Battle High School, it's the Rockbridge Bruins leading the Battle Spartans by a score of 35-6. Rockbridge got on the board in their first possession as they marched the ball 33 yards on 6 plays. Brady Davidson scored on a 1-yard run. The extra point was no good, and it was 6-0 Rockbridge with 7:26 to play in quarter number 1. Then the Bruins got the ball the second time, moved it 63 yards on 3 plays as Brady Davidson completed a touchdown pass to Draven Seaman, 50 yards. And Esther grabbed the 2-point conversion, and Esther, that is, and it was 14-0 Rockbridge with 7:03 to play. The Spartans' problems continued with a turnover, and after a 31-yard 3-play drive, Seaman would score on a 10-yard run. And it was 20-0. Wheeler added the extra point, 21-0 Rockbridge with 5:26 to play. Then with 3:52 to play, the Bruins would score on a 15-yard touchdown pass from Davidson to Devin Holt. That was a 40-yard drive, 4 plays, 1:34 seconds. Wheeler's extra point made it 28-0. And it looked like the Rockbridge was about to score before the end of the half. And Brady Davidson coughed up the ball, and it was picked up by Tyler Mazey and ran it 60 yards for a touchdown. And it was 28-6. Extra point failed. But with 42 seconds to play, the Rockbridge Bruins were able to hook up once again a screen pass. Brady Davidson to Draven Seaman, a 68-yard strike. 1-play drive, 68 yards. Took less than 20 seconds. 14, I think it was set at. And Wheeler's extra point made it 35-6. And that is our score here currently. And taking a look at first half statistics, Rockbridge with 14 first downs, Battle with 5. Rockbridge ran the ball 10 times for 48 yards. Battle ran it 16 times for 47. The Rockbridge Bruins passed the ball for 242 yards in the first half. Battle for 14. Rockbridge is a team 16 of 18 passing with 3 touchdown strikes for 290 total first half yards. Meanwhile, Battle was 3 of 11 passing for 61 total yards, along with those 14 yards rushing. So first half yardage, Rockbridge 290 yards, Battle 61 yards. Rockbridge was penalized 6 times for 50 yards. Battle penalized 7 times for 56. Both teams fumbled it once and lost it once. The Battle Spartans punted 3 times for an average of 26 yards. Rockbridge never punted. And Rockbridge had 1 kickoff return for 20 yards. Time of possession, Battle 12 minutes 53 seconds. And Rockbridge 11 minutes and 7 seconds. Brady Davidson, 2 carries for a minus 27 yards and a touchdown. Seaman, 3 rushes for 45 yards and a touchdown. Norden, 3 runs for 22 yards. And Sanford, 2 runs for 8. Chris Brown, 7 carries for 34 yards for the Spartans. Jungman, 1 carry for a minus 7. Wilkerson, 2 rushes for no gain. Hill, 5 carries for 9 yards. And Mays, 1 carry for 11. Davidson was 16 of 18 passing for 242 yards. Wilkerson 2 of 8 passing for 8 yards. Jungman was 1 of 3 for 6 yards. Holt has 5 catches, 54 yards and a touchdown. Seaman 7 catches, 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. Esther 4 catches for 28 yards. Lewis 1 catch for 5 yards for Battle. Sanders 1 catch for 6, and Grant 1 catch for 3. those are the statistics. Rockbridge turned it over once in the first half, and the Battle Spartans turned it over twice. Micah Wright, what'd you see in that first half?
Well, I saw just a dominant performance from the Rockbridge Bruins, and same story for the Battle Spartans this season of getting in their own way and being unable to put together a clean game offensively. And really, I mean, only 5 first downs, 61 total yards. I mean, that's really as bad as it can get. It's surprising they're leading the time of possession, but really you look back, they had that drive in the first quarter where they had possession 7 minutes, 16 seconds, and no points on the board. And we saw that against Camdenton. That was a game I thought they played their best, and it didn't really show it on the scoreboard, but they did a good job in the first quarter putting together that drive at the very least, and then not being able to get points on the board is a killer. But how about Draven Seaman, 205 total yards compared to the Battle Spartans, 61 as a team. I mean, that is pure dominance from the talented senior running back receiver threat.
You know, I think you touched on it, though, for the Battle Spartans. They have put together some stints where they execute, they make some things happen, but they can't maintain. They just cannot do it. They don't have the firepower to strike quickly, and their defense hasn't been as good as they would have liked for it to be at this stage of the season. And to try to play keep away, you've got to be able to be disciplined and not hurt yourself. And Rockbridge has been just too much to overcome, to say the least.
And just when you think that the Spartans aren't dead yet, when they get that fumble return, Rockbridge comes right back and in one play basically eliminates that turnover by going up 4 scores again. And that's just kind of a microcosm of this season for Battle. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And how many times have we seen Chris Brown be the one bright spot? I mean, he's getting just about 5 yards a carry, only got the ball 7 times. I think he's got to be the focal point really for the rest of this season for Battle to get anything going offensively because of their poor passing attack.
But it's so hard to try to run the football when you're down 3 or 4 scores. Speaking of scores, we've got scores from around the area at the half. I think a real test for the Hickman Cupies. You know, they've won 3 in a row, but they're playing a team with a winning record tonight, and the Camdenton Lakers lead Hickman at the intermission by a score of 21-6. Camdenton 21, Hickman 6. But the way Hickman's been playing lately, it's not unusual for them to be down at halftime and find a way to come back. We'll have to see how they perform second half down in Camdenton. It is all Helias tonight at Atkins Stadium. At the half, Helias 45, Jefferson City, nothing. We have not been able to get a score out of Smith Cotton, out of Sedalia. Capital City is there taking on the Tigers. No score there available. We have not been able to catch up with a score from Father Tolton at Portageville either. But we have caught a score between Hannibal and Moberly. Hannibal 22, Moberly 12. That's at the half. Kirksville 7, Mexico 0. That's at the end of the first quarter. Centralia has a 16-0 lead in the fourth quarter at South Shelby. At the half, Southern Boone leads Hallsville 21-14. Also in the third quarter, Blair Oaks is pounding Eldon 56-0. How long will it be before they kick Blair Oaks out of the Tri-County Conference?
We'll see. I do want to interrupt briefly. Just found Capital City, Smith Cotton tied at 14 with 3:17 left in the third quarter. So a defensive battle in that one in the CMAC.
That's really an interesting score, too, because Capital City has been playing very well. Smith Cotton struggling, but they got a win last week. And now they've got a different attitude on the field. Another score, Fulton leads Marshall 27-22. Tipton has a 24-0 lead at Lynn. And it is South Callaway leading Fayette 14-6. And as the ticker hammers in the background, no one around here knows what the ticker is anymore. But updated score. It's now Blair Oaks 63, Eldon nothing. That is a final. So Blair Oaks and just pounding teams out of the Tri-County. And Moberly now is trailing Hannibal at the half 22-12. That's a halftime score. Moberly at Hannibal. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second half here at Battle High School in a moment. This is the KZOU Game of the Week presented by the Networks of Mid-Missouri and Columbia Public Schools.
At Jim Butler, we know Jeep drivers give a duck. That's why we give a duck about offering the lowest new Jeep prices. We give a duck about having the biggest Jeep selection for miles. We give a duck about making your Jeep buying experience as excellent as possible. And we'll actually give you a duck to prove it. Start your Jeep ducking adventure online or come see why our new Jeep showroom in Centralia is worth the drive during Jeep Adventure Days. Because
Jim Butler is the Jeep powerhouse.
At Callaway Collision Center, we do more than just auto body work. And when we do auto body work, we do it right and we treat you right.
Body work, alignments, mechanical repairs, we do it all.
Callaway Collision Center, honest, dependable, and one of the best in the business.
We are Callaway Collision Center, and we want to be your auto body specialist. Give us a call.
The lights.
The field.
The fans. Nothing compares to ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday.
Your home for high school football.
From the tackles to the touchdowns, we're giving you all the highlights.
Complete coverage of your favorite Mid-Missouri teams all in one spot. Catch ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday.
Only on ABC 17 News at 10 on KMIZ.
ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday is sponsored by Harper, Evans, Hillbrenner, and Nettemeyer. ABC 17 News is now available on any of these streaming services and devices. ABC 17 News, where the news comes first.
We're moments away from the second half kickoff, and the Battle Spartans will be kicking it to the Rockbridge Bruins. Rockbridge in control here with a 35-6 lead at the intermission. Again, remind you, next week we will be at Rockbridge High School. It'll be Rockbridge and Hickman next week. Boy, things are winding down really quick. And then our final regular season game will be right back here at Battle, taking on Troy Buchanan. Troy Buchanan, undefeated going into action tonight. They lead the Class 6 District 5 race. So they are in the driver's seat. Right now, Hickman and Francis House Central are penciled in to play that 4 hosting 5 in that 5-team district first round of the playoffs. But Hickman in some trouble with Camdenton tonight. And of course, St. Dominic currently finds themselves in 3rd place. Rockbridge in 2nd place in that conference in that district race. But you know, Rockbridge has a chance to pass Troy Buchanan, as Rockbridge has 43.5 points. Troy Buchanan 44.5. So we're ready to kick this thing off. The ball blows off the tee or falls off the tee. Not much wind. As Rockbridge sends Taylor Davidson deep, along with Kritza. And here is Kreitz, short end over end kick. And it is fielded by Kritza, and he brings it back to the 31, 32, fumbles the ball, and then picked up by a teammate trying to circle around the left side, and then caught from behind. For the Battle Spartans was Seaman. Boy, you don't see him being ran down very often. But the Bruins have the football in pretty good field position to start this second half at their own 37.
And that's been the story, too, that we haven't touched on that much from the first half is field position. I mean, Rockbridge is moving the ball at will, but they've been getting it at the very worst right around this area of the field between their own 30 or own 40.
This might be their deepest start of a drive.
Yeah, I think other than the drive where Battle turned it over on downs at about the Rockbridge 25, I think that was in the first quarter, maybe early second. But other than that, this is about as bad as it gets, which is pretty good.
Davidson gives the ball to Norton, and Norton slides off to the left. Is it Norton? Let me double check that. No, carrying the ball for Rockbridge was Grant Hyde. We've seen a lot of Grant Hyde tonight. Who had not been listed as a running back. Empty backfield for Davidson. 2nd down and 6. Brady throws it into the flat, caught by Hyde. Hyde breaks a tackle into battle territory. Brought down at the 46-yard line. Making the tackle was Jace Cooper.
Forward progress to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bruins.
The Rockbridge Bruins on the march. Brady Davidson directing traffic in that backfield, looking for a signal from the far sideline. I believe one of his teammates lost the cheat sheet, his wristband with the plays on it. Seaman in motion. They give to Seaman looking for a block. He's got blocks. Bounces outside. Seaman to the 40. Forced out of bounds near the yard to gain for the 1st down at about the 36.
And it just looks effortless for Draven Seaman, just picking his spots, being patient. There's a cool little motion there as he circled back and got the handoff, but then hits that 2nd gear to make what looks like not that great of a run, 9 yards instead of just 3 or 4.
2nd and 1, swing pass in the flat to Seaman, and Seaman's got a 1st down and then is wrestled to the ground at the 28-yard line. And the Bruins are making it look rather easy right now as Josiah Phipps checks in. The nose guard. There is a flag down.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 2nd down.
The Bruins called for yet another penalty.
That's been their bugaboo. I mean, so that's 7 penalties now.
They're pushing 70 yards in penalties.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10.
And especially getting later on in the year, that's what's going to drive coaches crazy. I mean, it's not just about winning the game as much as it is getting better and cleaning up penalties and all the little things. I mean, that's definitely frustrating because it's been a common theme for this Rockbridge team.
Trips to the right. Back to throw Brady Davidson. That ball is caught and dropped by Seaman over in the far flat. It'll go incomplete and it'll be 3rd down. That stops the clock with 10:04 to play in the 3rd.
Pass is ruled incomplete. 3rd down and 10, 46.
It's the Rockbridge Bruins. Looking at a big 3rd down conversion here. Well, with the score being 35-6, they might feel they're in 4-down territory.
Yeah, being across midfield and being as aggressive as they are, I mean, it's hard to find a team more aggressive.
Davidson wants to throw middle screen. It's caught by Essner. Essner to the near sideline, drops his shoulder and drives down to about the 37-yard line, but he'll be stopped shy of the 1st down. And with it being 4th and short, I bet they do go far.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 4th and inches, really. And that's another great play design from this Bruins offense. Using Draven Seaman as a decoy, scattered out to the right side, to the far side, and then flip it back to Garrett Essner to make it a short 4th down.
They hand it off, and shooting his way up the middle is Hyde. He's got 1st down yardage and secures the football as they blow the play dead.
30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Opening drive of the 2nd half, 35-6. Rockbridge leading. All the scoring in the 1st half. As the Bruins will set Cordell up on a wing to the right, or Crew Norden to a wing to the right. Hyde on a wing to the left. Out of the gun. Davidson, pressure, fires over the middle. It's got a receiver wide open. Making the catch is Norden, as he came out of the slot position and caught that pass, and it is 1st and goal to go for Rockbridge.
How about Crew Norden tonight? I mean, out of the backfield or out wide. I mean, we've talked about the versatility of this Bruins offense, and not sure what the coverage was. I mean, Norden just wide open up the seam. Great read by Davidson, and Norden, as you could see, visibly frustrated he didn't get in the end zone as he got tripped up.
He didn't have a touch offensively coming into this game on the year. This handoff goes to Seaman, and he runs along the line for no gain, maybe a loss, and a Bruin shake it up on the play. And down is Grant Hyde, another individual that had not had a touch coming into the game, and a penalty marker is down.
And you wonder if getting Hyde and
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
So Grant Hyde slow to get up. We'll take a timeout. Hell no, we'll keep it right here as Hyde then pops to his feet. As the training staff got out there.
I was going to say, getting Hyde and Norden involved more, you wonder if that's kind of taking the load off of Draven Seaman a little bit. And
well, hey, you know who we haven't seen is Derek Young.
Or Donovan Taylor, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if either of them have an injury, but we've seen more of Sanford than those guys, which is very surprising.
Well, Taylor, he's had 15 rushes coming in. Had that big run against Camden for a touchdown last week. But, you know, maybe we're seeing a little more of a platoon-type situation for Matt Perkins where he feels he's using Taylor defensively and secure that secondary a little bit.
And really, the biggest surprise is no Derek Young. I mean, I'd have to think there's some injury there. I mean, he's got great numbers this season.
Averaging almost 7 yards a carry, 63 touches. And we have not seen him tonight.
And you almost wonder if they're resting him for the game. I mean, not sure.
Back to throw, Davidson over the middle. It's caught. And that is a touchdown as that was hauled in by Norden. Norden with the touchdown. As Davidson completes another pass for a touchdown, it's 41-6.
You said no offensive touches coming into the game. How about just in the second half? I mean, a heavy dose of Crew Norden. And the Rockbridge Bruins continue to roll. But again, it looks like a busted coverage from the Spartan secondary. I mean, nobody near him over the middle. That's as easy as it gets for the Bruins.
This kick is on the way, and it's good. And we've got a running clock here at Battle as Rockbridge leads the Spartans 42-6. We'll be back in a moment.
Start your morning with ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
Wherever you are, whatever your plans, we've got you covered with the ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track.
Detailed hour-by-hour forecast to prepare you for the day.
By noon, you may want that rain gear.
And when sunshine turns to thunderstorms, we keep you ahead of the storm, tracking its path live on TV, always alerting you to the next big change. That's ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
Rockbridge Bruins now lead the Battle Spartans 42-6 after that drive that the Rockbridge Bruins put together to open up the second half. 8 plays, marched the ball a total of 63 yards, 3 minutes and 48 seconds. 63-yard drive, second 63-yard drive of the night. And now the Spartans will try to find some offense here, down 42-6. Here is a line drive kick, and that'll sail into the end zone as it went over the head of Isaiah Grant. And who will quarterback the Spartans?
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, quite honestly, neither quarterback has impressed, but that says a lot about the Rockbridge defense. And It's really been a tough go for the receiving core, and looks like Youngman will start the second half for the Spartans.
So the freshman has the honors.
He's made some great throws. I mean, I think back to where they drew the pass interference. Really could have easily been a touchdown catch in deep coverage. So there's been some positive signs for Blaine Youngman. You just got to muster together a drive. I mean, you can't look at the scoreboard in situations like this.
Twin running backs. And getting the call, I believe, was Mays, and he is hammered immediately.
Almost looked like a triple option type look.
It did. Almost the old Vera wishbone. That was Tyler Mays, I believe, with the carry. He and Brown in the backfield. And not much deception there.
Now the Bruins are really just selling out against the run. I mean, because we talked battle 3 of 11 passing. And other than Chris Brown, there's been nobody that's been able to pick up yards on offense.
Handoff on the option is pitched out to Mays. Mays to the corner, and Mays drops the shoulder, and then they push him out of bounds right near the first down marker. And it is a first down for the Battle Spartans, as Tyler Mays came in with 4 rushes on the year. And he just picked up a good gain around the right end of about 12 yards.
Yeah, got the first down and delivered the wood. I think it was Donovan Taylor, 5'9", 180. That's a tough task, trying to tackle a big back like Mays, who we saw on that fumble return. Saw the wheels on him. Wouldn't be surprised if they make it a focal point to get him the ball out of the backfield the rest of this season.
And they give to Brown up the middle, and he's knocked off his feet near the first down marker.
Chris Brown on the carry. Pick it with 9. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 39.
Midway through the third quarter, Rockbridge 42, Battle 6. Seen a couple fresh bodies out there for the Spartans offensively here. Also on the field for Battle is Andrew Butler. He is split off wide to the near side. Rockbridge with that 4-man front. They bring in a linebacker, and the handoff goes to Hill. Eric trying to get outside. Appears to have enough momentum to pick up the first down on 2nd and 1. And then thrown backwards, but they indicate he got the first down.
Gains enough for a Battle. First down.
1st and 10 Spartans.
Hard-earned first down from Hill.
A very tough yard, wasn't it?
Quite the tough yard there.
Tough, the longest yard.
Yeah, and really was still fighting to the end. His forward progress definitely picked it up, but he was not going to budge against this Bruin defense.
Brady Kreitz, I think, is in the slot for our Battle. 1st and 10. And this is Hill. No, Chris Brown. Brown trying to get outside, and he is ran down by the Rockbridge Bruins. Making the tackle was Quentin Lee.
And what a great tackle by Lee out in space. What I love there, though, is Brown stretching the ball out to at least pick up a few, which can be risky because you never know if a defender's going to come in to try to swipe the ball. But that's the sign of a great running back, is just getting every yard he can by stretching the ball out.
Splits wide to left. 2nd and 8 for our Battle. Rockbridge crowds the line of scrimmage. Here's the option, pitch to Brown, who lunges forward for another tough yard. Good pursuit, though, to the football for the Rockbridge Bruins. Battle tried to get it outside, and they closed in on Brown before he could get into road gear.
Yeah, and you can tell that the big adjustment offensively was working in the option, which we haven't seen a ton of from Battle. So it's always tough if your offensive line's outmatched to run the option and try to pick up yardage when you're losing ground with the pitch like we just saw there.
This is Battle's first possession of the second half. 3rd and call it 7. Jungmann airs it out, and that is incomplete. And that was a fortunate situation for Battle that it went incomplete. Otherwise, it was intercepted. And I thought for a moment it might have been.
Yeah, that's just a prayer thrown up by Jungmann, and he's got to know that that's easily could have been picked. And if you're the Battle coaching staff, you got to say, hey, we got to be smart there. So you got to give your receiver a shot. But, I mean, quite honestly, these Battle receivers just have not been open for much of this game. And if they have been, it's with the short passing attack, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't try to run there.
Spartans look to punt it away. End over end kick. That'll take a Spartan bounce and then picked up and race it down the far sideline for the Rockbridge Bruins. With that return for Rockbridge. With the return for Rockbridge was Bookie Kratza. 2:36 to play.
Ball spotted at the 41-yard.
We got to get to a break. Rockbridge takes over the football. We'll be back with more in a moment.
The stage is set.
We're going to have a crowd tonight.
For an unstoppable season.
It's time to hunt.
And it all starts here.
Here come the Tigers. Touchdown, Missouri.
Perfect! Perfect! Mizzou Live.
To the 15, to the 10, to the pylon.
Pre- and post-game shows every single week. The only one of its kind for Mizzou fans. And there's only one place to get it.
Experiencing a personal injury can feel like being caught in a relentless storm. Mounting medical bills, lost wages, and uncertainty. Your financial security is at risk. But there is a lifeline. Harper, Evans, Hillbrenner, and Nedemeyer is committed to securing more than just a big settlement. We will maximize your compensation by negotiating down medical bills and liens so your settlement goes into your pocket. Visit lawmissouri.com to find out how much your case is worth.
Rockbridge 42, Battle 6. It's 1st and 10 for the Rockbridge Bruins as the Battle Spartans called a timeout. Gives us opportunity to thank Micah Wright, who is alongside me tonight, our producer engineer John Hook, the director Cooper Bryant, doing stats Larry White, spotting Rob Parker, camera operators Jaden Moore, Declan Mannion, and Stella Allen, getting you all the great shots here tonight. This is the KZOU Game of the Week, presented by the networks of Mid-Missouri and the Columbia Public Schools. 1st and 10 for Rockbridge. They lead it 42-6. Back to throw Davidson. Davidson flushed out of the pocket. And he'll throw far sideline and an incompleted pass, a rare incompleted pass for Davidson tonight. He's been almost automatic. We have a running clock with a 42-6 score as time starts running out here in the 3rd.
And as aggressive as Rockbridge is anyway, I mean, having a running clock is almost more incentive to just keep throwing the ball. Because I remember the Jeff City game earlier this year.
Yeah.
It seemed like they just were refusing to run the ball and close the game out that way, and they really didn't even take a knee in that one.
Back to throw Davidson. Flushed out of the pocket and then runs into a tackle, making the stop for the Spartans was Nathan Misley.
Really, if you're Battle, I mean, outside of the Rockbridge turnovers, they haven't gotten a stop. Rockbridge has not punted today, I don't believe.
I have not, at least, no, they have not punted in this game.
And that says a lot about the Bruins being aggressive, and field position has a lot to do with that as well, but that's what you got to be working towards here if you're the Battle defense. Just got to get that first stop of the game that's not a turnover.
3 receivers to the right plus the tight end. Count 4 receivers to the right. Davidson looks left and a pass is incomplete. It was intended for Devin Holt. And it's 4th down for Rockbridge, and we may see the Bruins' first punt of the evening.
I'm trying to see over on the far side if Perkins even has the punt team ready. He may have Davidson do a pooch kick.
Well, Davidson generally has been known to do a lot of the punting. Have the final for you. Father Tolton beat Portageville 56-0. So they bounced back after losing last week. Back to throw. Davidson pumps once. Ball popped free, and they're going to call this an incomplete pass. Wow. And Rockbridge will give up the football at their own 44-yard line, and that did not look pretty.
I just don't get that if you're Coach Matt Perkins. I mean, you've got a big lead, but you're really putting your defense in a tough spot. You could have pinned Battle deep.
That'll be the final play of the third quarter. As we head to the fourth, it's Rockbridge 42, Battle 6. We'll be right back.
If you want to do this, then you need a Ram. And if you want a Ram, then you need to go to Jim Butler, Mid-Missouri's Ram powerhouse. Jim Butler sells more new Rams than any other dealer in the region, meaning you'll get the biggest selection and the best price on the latest Ram models. Plus, a great buying experience from a team that loves Rams as much as you do. So, if you want to do this, then you gotta do this. Come see why we're worth the drive during the Ram Power Days event.
Jim Butler is the Ram powerhouse.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not one, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
Call 1-800-228-0225. That's 1-800-228-0225.
Hey family, for our new season of sharing, we're trying out new entrances. This might be a bit much, but he can stay. Can we get those men back to help me? Let's just keep it simple. This fall, it's a new season. Get ready.
Sherry, weekday mornings at 10 on Fox 22. Help the Assistance League serve women and children in mid-Missouri at ALMM.org. You're watching My Zoo TV, part of the networks of mid-Missouri.
We're headed to the fourth quarter here at Battle High School, and it's the Rockbridge Bruins leading the Battle Spartans by a score of 42-6. And Battle with the football, trying to get something generated offensively as Blaine Jungman, the freshman, hands it off, and nowhere to run. Dropped almost immediately after taking the handoff. Was the tailback and nowhere to go.
And this Battle offensive line has just really struggled after what I thought was a pretty good start the first couple drives. As Chris Brown was picking up some good yardage early in the game, and even to start this half, had a couple good runs, but
he has really struggled to get his feet moving here before the defense is on him.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get some type of push. And he's so talented, you got to give him a chance.
It was a loss of 2. They give it back to Brown, and he drives forward for about 3. Squared away here in the fourth quarter. We have some finals to report. Elias crushed Jefferson City 51-0. That is now final. Father Told beat Portageville 56-0. Blair Oaks pounded Eldon 63-0. Hickman trails Camden 24-14 in the fourth quarter. And Capital City and Smith Cotton, last report we got, was tied at 14. 3rd and 9, and the Bruins just jumped offside. Rockbridge got in a hurry, and I believe
neutral zone infraction. Defense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I think that was Crew Norton. He was trying to get to the backfield to get a handoff. He jumped into that neutral zone. Next week, Hickman at Rockbridge.
After the penalty, it'll be third down.
It'll be third down and call it 4. Slot right for the Spartans. Jungmann's pass incomplete. He has just not looked comfortable throwing the ball tonight at all.
Nah, he's been off kilter and just not setting his feet there. And that's a tough play off a quick pass. I mean, oftentimes you'll see quarterbacks not use the laces to get the ball out. But that one, just him being off balance and not having good fundamentals, setting his feet and getting his shoulders square.
$9:55 left in this one. Next week, Battle will head down to Jeff City. There's a pick. There is a pick, and racing the other way for the Rockbridge Bruins with that pick 6 is Ben Bamer. He stepped right in front of the intended receiver, and Bramer races the other way for the touchdown. As his teammates have to run him down, or he would run all the way back down to Rockbridge.
And read him like a book. I mean, young quarterback, just not on the same page. I think Jace Cooper, I believe, was the intended receiver. That's just a tough one. I mean, when your receiver's not looking for the ball and it's not an accurate throw anyway, I mean, you cannot miss those quick routes on the inside, and that's a pick 6.
60-yard return on the interception. And that makes it a 48-6 Rockbridge lead. And Wheeler will try to add the extra point. As the kick is on the way, and it is through the uprights.
Extra point is good.
And Rockbridge has put up 49 points here tonight as Wheeler drives another one through. So Rockbridge scores with 9:34 to play in the fourth. We'll be back in a moment.
Start your morning with ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
Wherever you are, whatever your plans, we've got you covered with the ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track.
Detailed hour-by-hour forecast to prepare you for the day.
By noon, you may want that rain gear.
And when sunshine turns to thunderstorms, we keep you ahead of the storm, tracking its path live on TV, always alerting you to the next big change. That's ABC 17 Storm Track weather.
Rockbridge 49, Battle 6. As the Spartans turn it over for the third time in this game. First interception, though, of the night for either team. Battle took themselves out of that Camden game with turnovers. See if we can't get a few more finals for you before we get out of here. Versailles was blasted by Windsor 60-14. South Callaway 45, Fayette 6.
Wow, last update I think was 14-6.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
That's a final.
A lot of blowouts around
Away
the
game.
state of Missouri.
Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
Peyton Matthews threw the flag on the delay of game, the back judge. Peyton's been at it a long time. Not only on the football field, but on the basketball court as well. Long-time high school official. And his daughter now working collegiately on the basketball court. Here's Wheeler's kick. And that will sail all the way back to the end zone. Looked like there was confusion for the Spartans as Isaiah Grant gave up on that ball. And I think he thought that he was going to be returned by Jace Cooper. Neither one of them played it.
Yeah, and they were both lucky that it just trickled into the end zone because that's a live ball up until it crosses the plane. There's already some mishaps on the kickoff return for Battle.
Last week, Hannibal fell to Kirksville, and they took out their vengeance this week as they crushed Moberly 56-18. Speaking of Kirksville, they're up 21-13 at Mexico. Spartans got Wilkerson back in at quarterback, and they give the ball to Brown around the right end, and he's cut down after a gain of about 6.
Spartans pick up 6 on the run.
And Wilkerson taking the place of Youngman after that interception. And you just get the feeling, struggling team, looking for a spark from either quarterback. Haven't gotten it tonight. At this stage in the season, I mean, it's best to commit to one guy.
Well, Wilkerson's the junior. Youngman is the freshman.
But you want to see what you have out of Youngman, which I understand. It's just a tough task against the Bruin defense to put together any offense.
Wilkerson gives to Brown, and Brown with nowhere to run. But you have to be careful there, too. You bring out a young player, and you worry about him being overwhelmed, you know, and sometimes they never come out of that.
Yeah, and it's the biggest thing is confidence, right? I mean, you don't want a young quarterback getting down on himself. I mean, I'd like to even see them bring Youngman back out after throwing the pick 6 to kind of instill that confidence. But benching him after that, I mean, you got to wonder if he's on the sideline doubting himself after that last mistake.
Well, the interception was his 4th of the year. Third down and about 6, and now whistles blow. And they're sending the teams to the sideline.
Battle.
Timeout called by Battle to avoid it. To avoid the delay of game. We'll be back with more in a moment.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right, for about $50 a month, you'll get lightning fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases, no hidden fees, no contracts, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. If you don't like it, you get your money back, but you're gonna love it, and you're gonna love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. That's less than $2 a day. Plus, no contracts, no equipment fees, and our 15-day guarantee. Call now.
Call 877-445-9868. That's 877-445-9868. Again, 877-445-9868.
Experiencing a personal injury can feel like being caught in a relentless storm. Mounting medical bills, lost wages, and uncertainty. Your financial security is at risk. But there is a lifeline. Harper, Evans, Hillbrunner, and Nedemeyer is committed to securing more than just a big settlement. We will maximize your compensation by negotiating down medical bills and liens so your settlement goes into your pocket. Visit lawmissouri.com to find out how much your case is worth.
Back here at Battle High School. 3rd down and 5 for the Spartans, working from their own 25-yard line here in the 4th quarter. Battle trailing Rockbridge 49-6. Wilkerson takes the snap, rolls left, heavy pursuit, and he fires it incomplete. The receiver in the area was Isaiah Garand as Wilkerson hobbles off the field as it's 4th down and a punting situation for Battle. Another final for you. Harrisburg beat Russellville tonight, 55-14. That is a final. And a final from Sedalia, Capital City 21, Smith Cotton 14. Battle competes in the Class 5 District 4 competition. And if the playoffs were to start today, Battle would be in the 6th spot of a 7-team district. And they'd have a first-round date at North Point in Wentzville. And Battle runs the fake on 4th down, and the Spartans lost the ball. It's still loose. They scramble for it. And Rockbridge is going to get it on downs if they didn't recover the fumble, which they did not. The fumble was recovered by Butler. Well, hand it to the Spartans. They didn't give up. They were going for it on 4th down and 5.
It looked like Mays again.
But we have a penalty marker down on the field.
And I wonder if this...
We have an illegal forward pass. This penalty is declined. It will be first down. Rockbridge, turnover on downs.
But Fort Zumwalt North leads Class 5 District 4. They're undefeated. They have quite a rivalry going with Battle. Fort Zumwalt West in 2nd place, North Point in 3rd, Liberty Wentzville in 4th, Timberland 5th, Battle 6th, and Francis Howell North in 7th place in that Class 5 District 4 standings. Well, a lot to play yet. 2 weekends to go after tonight. So Rockbridge brings out the offense. As it looks like they are going to go with a new quarterback. Taking over at the helm for the Bruins is Graham McKim. McKim barks out the signals, takes the snap, and we got another flag. It's not getting any better.
Offense.
No flow to the second half.
First down.
Rockbridge with their JV team out there. Mass substitution.
30 seconds left. Jackson, 30 seconds left for the top. You have either Reed.
McKim has running back to his left, and that's who gets the call. And maybe a gain of 1. Carrying the ball for the Bruins was Micah Sanford, who got a handoff earlier in the game.
No gain on the play, second down and 15.
If Freddie would have caught that ball.
Clock unwinds. McKim puts Sanford on a wing to the left, empty backfield. McKim drops back to throw, fires at a flat, it's incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Third down.
Pass looked like was intended for Sanford. Third down for the young Rockbridge Bruins. Also out there for Rockbridge, splitting wide to the near side is Jackson Truitt. Play clock unwinds here. Again, Rockbridge hosting Hickman next week. Battle is at Jefferson City to take on the Jays. McKim drops back to throw. Pass over the middle is caught, but it's going, and then the ball came loose after a run, a fumble, and Battle says they've got it. They do.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Battle.
As the Spartans get the ball back.
Brady Kreitz on the tackle for the Spartans.
And the Spartans will take over the football on the turnover with 5:18 to play.
And that's the one positive for this Battle defense, is forcing turnovers tonight and scoring 6 points themselves. Now we'll see if the Battle offense can try to get on the board.
Yeah, the Battle Spartans have got 6 on the board, but the offense didn't put it there. As the freshman, Jungmann, back out there, Micah, just as you were wishing. And he gives the ball to Hill. Eric trying to get outside, and he's cut down.
Eric Hill with the carry.
As he couldn't find any running room.
30-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 15.
A tackle made by Andrew Williams.
Rockbridge has just been blitzing. And Battle only has a couple completions on the game, so they're perfectly fine bringing pressure every single play. Battle's
still has
offensive
their
line.
Rockbridge still has their #1 defense on the field, leading 49-6. Youngman gives the ball to Mays. Tyler Mays with a run up the middle for about 8.
Tyler Mays on the carry after the 40-yard line.
Tyler Mays, a junior, 5'11", 250. But he runs pretty good for 250.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, he's deceptively fast. I just go back to that fumble return. I mean, he was booking it.
I'd like to thank everybody that helped us tonight, including Sammy Simons, the Battle Athletic Director here at Battle High School. And Youngman will keep it on 3rd down and 5 and loses a couple of yards. I'd like to also thank Curtis Barnes, the GM at the Network of Mid-Missouri, the Networks of Mid-Missouri and KZOU, and our chief engineer, Eric Jones, who works behind the scenes all the time. 4th down and 5.
And here I'd like to see Youngman not just throw up a prayer, which we've seen in these situations, either on 3rd or 4th down.
Youngman completes this pass in a flat to Jace Cooper, who's got a 1st down before being pushed out of bounds.
Now some extracurriculars.
Yeah, how about this on the near sideline? Tough time separating them.
That's good for a Battle. 1st down.
No flag thrown, but definitely would have been warranted. Yep, and there it is.
That came in so late. Who will it be assessed to?
There's a flag on the field after the play.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense. It'll be 15 yards at the end of the run. It's down Battle.
I thought I saw maybe 14 Bookie Kreitza, who's currently talking to the official. So he just made the tackle and added a little extra on the sideline. Just very unnecessary.
Kreitza, sophomore.
The penalty, Spartans will have a 1st and 10 from the Rockbridge 30.
Battle with their offense now at the Rockbridge 30-yard line. Youngman gives it to Hill. Eric right side for about 4 yards. Less than 3 minutes to play. This is about as deep as it. Well, that second quarter, when Battle put together that 16-play drive, they got it down to the 10-yard line of the Rockbridge Bruins.
Yeah, and
before
then that
things went awry.
Yeah, the negative play, the tackle for loss, and then the grounding penalty, which just killed that drive. And that area of the field is where we've seen Wildcat a lot with Chris Brown. So I would have thought they would have tried that there. But really all it takes is 1 or 2 negative plays before the drive's killed like it was.
That really kind of shut the Spartans down for a long time in this game. Now Hill gets loose down the near sideline, and Hill is in for the touchdown. Hill with a 27-yard run around the right end with 1:53 to play. As Eric Hill got free, got a block on the edge.
A 27-yard run for the Spartans.
And the Battle Spartans are on the board with their offense. Now some personnel changes here for the point after attempt. Wrights to do the kicking. And they have problems with the hold as Youngman was doing the holding, and he's going to be dropped, and the extra point attempt is no good.
Rockbridge 49, Battle 12.
But how about the drive by the Battle Spartans as they moved it down the field? We'll be back with more in a moment. This is the KZOU Game of the Week.
The stage is set.
We're going to have a crowd tonight.
For an unstoppable season.
It's time to hunt.
And it all starts here.
Here come the Tigers. Touchdown, Missouri.
Perfect.
Mizzou Live.
To the 15, to the 10, to the pylon.
Pre- and post-game shows every single week. The only one of its kind for Mizzou fans. And there's only one place to get it.
– 65-yard drive for the Battle Spartans. 6 plays. Eric Hill with a 27-yard touchdown run. Extra point was no good, and it's a 49-12 Rockbridge lead with 1:53 to play in the ball game.
If you're Battle, you got to take the little wins. I mean, you know the game is decided, but getting that touchdown drive for your offense with your freshman quarterback can be something to build on. Eric Hill, the finish with the finishing touch on that drive. Nice run off the edge, showing his speed. And got to take the little wins if you're the Battle offense tonight.
Brady Kreitz boots a low end-over-end kick. And the Bruins, Seaman fields it, trying to get outside, and is brought down at about the 41-yard line.
Bruins return the ball to the 41 and have a 1st and 10.
As Rockbridge will set it up. Will they bring their JV club back out there?
I think there's no reason not to. Looks like it may be Davidson out there, though. Of course, it's hard to see the numbers.
Going to sleep well tonight. Now this is McKim.
Actually, yeah, I think it is McKim. I noticed the height difference. I think that should have been the biggest tell.
Yeah. And this handoff. And racing downfield. With a nice run for the Rockbridge Bruins.
Bruins move the ball up to the...
With that carry was Donovan Taylor. I believe it was Donovan Taylor. No, it was Demarius Elder.
Another new face for the Bruin offense.
Yeah, the depth chart gets deeper and deeper. This is Sanford. He weaves right through the defense down to about the 23, 24-yard line. A 1st down with 1:02 to play. Bruins with some urgency here, trying to punch one in before the end of the half.
Yeah, and it reminds me of the Jeff City game. I mean, they were up like 56-0 late in the game and went down and scored. I mean, that just tells you the mentality of this offense. They're thinking to get 50.
Man in motion. McKim takes the snap, fires it into flat, where it is caught. Lead block, and a big hit inside the 10-yard line. With that catch for, well, who was it for Rockbridge? With that catch for the Bruins was Jackson Truitt.
And Tex, you got to think this also a factor here is the point system.
Well, anything over 13, it doesn't matter.
Oh, well. It used to matter, though, if I remember right. Maybe not.
I don't think so. McKim drops back to throw. Rolling left. I think he could run it in. Penalty markers down. The pass goes incomplete.
But a flag.
Yeah, for 14 seconds to play. This is probably going to be a hold.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. 1st down.
Yeah, to avoid the teams running up scores for point differentials, anything over 13 is forgotten about. I believe 13 points was the limit.
They may try to, well, they're not going to get it off. They sure tried, though.
That's going to wrap this one up as Rockbridge will improve to 6-1 on the year. They've won 6 in a row after losing in double overtime the first game of the year. And Rockbridge has now beaten the Battle Spartans 3 consecutive times as the Bruins get the win here tonight by a final score of 49-12 as Rockbridge really did whatever they wanted to here tonight against the Battle Spartans as the Spartans' problems continue as they drop their 9th in a row dating back to last year. The final was 49-12 for the entire gang. I'm Tex Little saying good night from Battle High School. We'll see you next week at Rockbridge. This is the KZLU Game of the Week presented by the Networks of Mid-Missouri and Columbia Public Schools.
Thanks for watching ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Game of the Week, presented by Harper, Evans, Gilbrenner, and Nedemeyer, and made possible through a partnership between the Networks of Mid-Missouri, CPS Athletics, the Columbia Area Career